Hey there, sign up Virgo. This is Kim here with your next 3-day messages. So whatever your spirit guides and your angels want you to hear for your next 3 days. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good. Let's see. What do we have for Virgo? What messages do you have for Virgos? The offering. Whoa, the mother. Okay. The offering, the mother, in reverse. The tear. The nectar. The gem. And the mask. Okay, so this is actually going to have kind of specific messages because of it being like so many of them coming in a maybe a reverse type of situation. So the offering though is straight up, you know, in the upright position, and the offering is a very simple card. It means exactly what you think. Something is given up and something is given to you in return. In a big way, like a broad sense, I can see the offering card meaning that we could have surrendered and given up some type of control that we were trying to like force in our lives, and surrendering to divine will, where we realize, you know, I would like some divine intervention. I need help or assistance. That's usually what I see the offering being. And then on a very like 3D way, in a 3D way, this can be like, I offer up this habit, this bad habit, so that I can, or it doesn't even have to be a bad habit, just offer up something that you're used to in exchange for something different. It can be about finances, something monetary as being a reason why we're doing that. So the offering could be a lot of things. Now, we can also be offering ourselves up to the source God creator. So we can be at a point in our life where we are submitting to this divine will, you could say, and it could be tied to light worker, like service to others. So it could be offering up service to others. If the mother is in the reverse, it means dim, exhausted, controlling, or limiting. So it is the feminine main source of energy. That's what it represents. And this mother energy. But now, so sometimes this is coming across to me as like a Queen of Cups in the reverse. So with that being said, this could be a person. And if this is a person, it's somebody in their feminine energy who is either controlling or emotionally like manipulative in some way, dysfunctional. I don't know. So it's something off with the energy, and it's also kind of like a sign that something is trying to be forced instead of just allowed gently to come in or allowed to change. It's something like that. I do have another deck, but I was going to bring it out at the end, the Kipper-ish deck, which has different like characters in it, and so we'll definitely see if we can't get anything for like who that could be. And remember, it's just because it's feminine energy that the focus is on the off-balanced feminine energy. It doesn't have to just be a female, okay, to be talking about that. So then we have, what is that, 50, 61 with the mask, and it's in the reverse too. Hiding something. hiding something. In the reverse, it means that somebody is concealing something about themselves, a shadow aspect of themselves. They're trying to hide with a mask of some sort. I'm really picking up that it's this person that is trying to mask or hide or conceal. It says to conceal what is rejected. So it's kind of like so it's talking about the shadow, all right? The parts of ourselves that we don't want to acknowledge exists. Any type of outburst that we might have, or reaction instead of responding, or I don't know, just so many various things that it could be. It's when we're engaging in behavior we're not exactly like the most, we don't want to acknowledge that that's how we are sometimes. So, because maybe it also, it could be that in the majority, for the majority of the time, you could be a certain way and very balanced, even killed. But there's, the saying by Carl Jung, where the brighter your light, the darker your shadow. So you could be a very awake, alert, conscientious person who is always, feeling like I'm in the path of service to others. But then we have these shadow aspects, and sometimes we can tend to get kind of high up in our spiritual development that we forget about those shadow aspects are also growing as our light is growing. That's kind of the theme, is that tarot, and oracle cards and stuff, it's not just to help us with the good light things. It's to help us integrate what the dark offers and brings to you to learn from and grow and evolve, right? Okay, so the tear in the reverse, or almost in the reverse, is when we're dealing with drama. Makes sense. Or we are in a state where we feel like things are murky, or we feel like we're drowning somehow. So usually in the upright, we've had a good release, Usually in the upright, we've had a good release. I'm going to have to pull more cards for that one. The gem is 55, and it is in the reverse. Oh, goodness. See, where I'm thinking this might be a person, like a character that you're dealing with. Because the gem in the reverse can be a person who's talking about somebody who's envious of you. They're greedy, or they're grasping onto something. They're grasping onto some sort of control that they feel. I feel like that they feel like they're losing. It might be some type of control on you that they're losing, because there's something here that doesn't feel right about it. And then the nectar, which is usually when we transmute the poison, we transmute it to the nectar. So we transmute it towards the most positive thing that we can. That's usually what it is. But when the nectar is in the reverse, this can be when somebody's having, I really feel like this is somebody you're dealing with, you guys. Because it says a fixation on fixing. Aggressive approach to healing. An aggressive, unless I'm describing you, and if I am, it's okay, but I just feel like this is somebody that you're dealing with, and it's somebody that they're like trying to fix everything, but like it says, an aggressive approach. It's not the nectar, it's not the sweet gentleness. It's like forcing, or trying to manipulate in some way. Let me get this a little shuffle. Okay, what else do you want to give me on this for Virgos? Protoplanetary disk. Well, they're wanting you to know that. Okay. So they are wanting you to know that everything is in divine order here. And though you might not see it, there is a plan. It looks very similar to this, doesn't it? Like they're saying you don't have to try to force something to be created, or you don't have to overly control something to try to know that there's something being birthed to life, which is definitely what the mother energy or archetype is talking about. Bringing somebody who's brought something to life. But with the protoplanetary disk, we have like a nebulous around it, so we can't see that the planets and the stars are forming, almost ready to be seen, right? Yeah, those look the same. So there's no need to like grasp onto something else because there's already something being created here. Protoplanetary disk. Gem in the reverse. What is the envy about? Or greed? What is the envy or greed about? Okay. Somebody wants what they see, and I feel like it's what, like there feels like the vibe here is somebody who's kind of in your energy, who might be pretty superficial, and they see. So I feel like they see that you're a supernova, and the thing with this card is it's the birth of a new star, right? And it's the death of one too. So it's like the explosion that happens with the birth of a new star, and it's called a supernova, and it is the brightest thing in the galaxy when it's being made, right? So there's something here about you being, being the star, being a star, but in that you must be in a very big glow up phase, because whatever it is that's visible that this person is seeing, whatever it is this person is seeing in you, they're envious of it. So it feels almost like they're envious of a glow up or something that makes you well known or popular with people. And it's kind of because this person's focused more on surface value things. So it's like whatever fancies my eye, I'm going to, if it's shiny and glittery, who cares? As long as it looks on the outside a certain way. And the thing is that your light here is it's going to be like eclipsing out all of this other energy here. So let's get more on. So be prepared for an event that's going to happen that is not merely a what meets the surface. So like there's something that's happening in your life that has a bigger meaning as to why an end of a chapter might be here and then the start of a new one. Maybe all happening at once. There's something here that's more to meets the surface. What about the tear? The drama. Proton. It's a call to bring more positivity into the situation. And it usually is saying that things are going to be getting more positive. So that's good. It's kind of suggesting like the clarification is a turn of events here because the proton is the positive charge, particle in an atom. So, and then you have the telescope. Okay. Now, Certainly it helps to zoom in onto how we're feeling. There's something about like the telescope in this day, it kind of represents your third eye vision, your intuitive nature, your ability to zoom in on what's going on with you and what's going on outside. But they're wanting you to focus here on the positive things to make them grow, to give them more energy, I suppose. So in a not so great situation where there could be some drama, you might be the only matchstick in a dark room. You might be the only light, the only candle. Retrograde. Don't go back. Okay. Don't go back. I mean, free will. You do what you want, but retrograde is like, it could be talking about possibly slipping back into a cycle or slipping back into maybe even a relationship that you already know to be surface level relationship. They're saying something about be careful about what you're going back to or what holds us back. And the dark energy is not a bad card. It means the mysterious energy, the unknown. So the things to be explored, it's your true potential that they're saying turn the flashlight on, or turn your protons on. To figure out here, how you are talented or you have more abilities. What's something about their ability, Spirit? Okay, now I'm being drawn to the Oracle of Genetic Gifts to see here about what is it there, because they're wanting you to discover something about yourself. And you'll have to use your third eye, or you'll have to use your zooming in, looking farther than what you would normally. Ascension number 3 says air, in breath. Wow, decodes energies. You also have master number 33, the master teacher, ruling planet Neptune. 333, really strong. So first of all, this is talking about what you have to explore. There's something here about new energy that you have to explore and read. Perhaps even your ability to read the energy, changing, shifting. And you could get more information through, deep breathing good, focusing on the air, the in-breath, as you're taking in more or new information. So if you ever feel like you are blocked energetically, like you got to figure something out, you're looking for an answer, take a few breaths and know that oxygen is what's helping your neurotransmitters communicate with one another. So master number 33, ascended masters can be associated with them because it's the master teacher, ruling planet Neptune. It's very spiritual in nature. 3, the number 3 is anyway, and 33 is definitely one of those very spiritual numbers. The Trinity, the trine of help or assistance. So this is what I have on the bottom, and I think that this is what it's talking about because it makes sense here of if you are this psychic detective here. If you are the psychic detective, then you're discovering something, like turning on a flashlight in this dark energy, right? You're figuring something out. And they're saying that you have these gifts, these tools, these abilities to figure things out. Post-cognition, especially with the in-breath or this air, ascension number 3. If you get to a place where you're trying to figure out what is the history of this energy or place or person even, using that like in combination with post-cognition abilities is being able to tap into what's happened before. Psychometry is when, say, you be able to hold an object and get information from the object. Okay, so they're saying that you have that too. You have telepathy, which is mind to mind, thought transfer both ways. This is dowsing. These are dowsing rods. I don't, the other one is up there, but it can move right or left. And it actually, I guess you could just work with one, but it moves right or left. And you would tell it. I mean, I don't have the other one handy, I don't think, but let me look, because it would be cool to be able to show you what I'm talking about. Oh, what a holy mess up there. What a holy mess. I have a lot of religious stuff up there and dowsing rods. They're all kind of together. But anyway, you have two, and it goes back or forth. Okay. And those can be used outside. Finding water sources was how people used them usually in the past, to find certain deposits in the earth. It had like a very practical, I guess you could say, use. And now you can also use it, you know, to get messages because of the yes or no ability that it has. Okay. Let's get some of these. And some people will resonate with this Kipperish deck, and some people might not. Just letting you know, because sometimes it does go from 0 to 100 like really quick. Okay, if you can tell us about who this person is or what this energy represents. Some sort of manipulation. So it represents some sort of manipulation, and they're saying to have faith. So to have faith in yourself. So maybe have faith in your divine masculine, or you could be a divine masculine here. Expectation. Like somebody's waiting on something, and emotional pain. And I think that's what that would cause, you know, the drama and things like that. I do feel like somebody's going to go through their karma that caused you, you know, any kind of issue or problem, or tried to manipulate things in some way. Yeah, I said that too, didn't I? So you definitely have self-love down pat. And I said that you were the rising star, the new one, the supernova. And that's exactly what's come out. So that's what the envy is about here. Because you have a lot of self-love and you take care of yourself. And so apparently it's just made somebody jealous. So let's get an angel number message and wrap this reading up. Wow. 333 again, and 6 is 2 threes. Wow. So I have, you're being called upon to use your spiritual gifts as a light worker, assisting all of humanity. Live your truths and be a positive light to others. I am powerful. And 6, your heart is your gift. You're a natural born nurturer, and you have a great talent for helping and healing others. You are the epitome of self-sacrifice and a protector of those you love. I am nurturing. And that's what I have for you, Virgo. If you would like a private reading, the information's in the description box below. They are pre-recorded videos, and you get a private video link, but it is, you know, channel your energy for it. So that's what I have. Sending you love and light. Bye.